Hello and welcome back to Overseas Auto Reviews. Today I'm back at Mercedes-Benz of Seattle to review this glorious, absolutely glorious Mercedes-Benz G550. Without further ado, let's break this vehicle down and complete a review. Also, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers really quickly. If you would smash that subscribe button, greatly appreciate it. Let's get this done. Front is arguably the best looking part of the G-Wagon, especially a G550. The most stated part is this gloss black front bash bar, just to let everyone know in front of you that there's a big boss coming and move out the way. Now this is supposed to be for off-road use, but the only off-roading this thing is going to see is the parking garage in downtown Bellevue. But that's okay. On the left and inside, we have the brand new LED headlamps, which are glorious. I think they look very beautiful, especially when they're turned down. The center does have the Mercedes-Benz emblem with a blocked off camera. Since this does not have the front view camera, it's not optioned with it, so it's been blocked off. The grille does have the black inserts, and it does allow air to go into the engine bay. 4-liter twin-turbo V8. Very powerful. It also does have a sport exhaust with the AMG appearance package, and that's why they have been blacked out this grille, and that's why it also has the slits inside it. The lower portion also has the air intakes. There's also parking sensors. You need these because the vehicle is just so massive. This is an off-road vehicle, so you do want that extra ground clearance, and this vehicle does provide that from factory. A fun thing to know about the G-Wagon is that these don't host the turn signals. These right here are. Now a big vehicle, as such, needs a big power plant as well. And that's exactly what we have here. 4-liter bi-turbo V8 pumps out 416 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque. This engine is mated to the 9-speed automatic twin-clutch transmission, which Mercedes-Benz makes, and it also has an all-wheel drive 4MATIC drivetrain. Now, with all of that combined, you're hitting 60 in a mind-boggling 5.6 seconds in this military-based off-road vehicle. Absolutely crazy. And this isn't even the AMG line. You can get a G63 AMG, and that will do it even quicker with the same power plant, just been Mercedes-Benz tuned. I believe it has bigger turbos as well. Like I said earlier, this does have the AMG line exterior. That is a $3,470 option. It gives us the AMG exterior styling, 20-inch AMG multi-spoke wheels, which look gorgeous. You also have Pirelli Scorpion tires on this, which are needed on the road. You also get Mercedes-Benz lettered brake calipers, a sport exhaust, a sport steering wheel, and AMG floor mats. Now with these wheels, the staggering is pretty nice. I like the negative offset on it as well. This is a big SUV, and there is a pretty noticeable body roll when you do drive this, so tires and wheels are very important if you are keeping this thing on the street. Now the side is clearly the most iconic part of the G-Wagon. The big box on wheels is presented here, huge fender arches, this running board on the side, the classic body lines, and the hinges visible on the doors. Since the first generation of the G-Wagon, it's pretty much looked like this. It was originally designed as a military vehicle, but now it has turned into the Beverly Hills Special. Not this one though, because it has modifications on the roof. Now there is a massive metal roof rack, and we also have 2 spotlights on the front. And the thing about the G-Wagon that everybody loves is just how mechanical it is. For example, if I wanted to open this door, I have to push the button and open it, and to close the door is kind of a hassle. Keep in mind, I'm not abusing this. This is just how much force it takes to properly latch the door in. That's quite a bit of force. We do have these revised side mirror caps in gloss black. Looks stunning. These also have the turn signals because those are pretty small, and I believe US regulations make sure that you have big enough turn signals to be properly visible. Another note thing about the G-Wagon is the way it sounds when you lock and unlock the vehicle. Hassle with the keys right here. I do have them. Vehicle is currently unlocked. Stand next to it with the mic. You can hear it. Nice mechanical lock. Same thing with the unlock. Beautiful sound right here. I like how the wheels look. 20 inches make look pretty small in comparison to the rest of the vehicle. Gas cap right here, if you're calling me, in the city is 13 and 17 on the highway. Keep in mind this is a big box on wheels with the V8. It's heavy, not very aerodynamic, so you can't really expect to get 26 miles per gallon on the freeway. This is just how physics works. Overall, I think the side of the vehicle is absolutely gorgeous. The window tints play into this white paint. Very nice, pearl white. Can't go wrong with it. Now, everyone's favorite part about the G-Wagon usually tends to be the front. Mine, however, is the rear. I think it just ties in modern and classics together very well. The biggest and most prominent feature on the rear is definitely the spare tire. Now, this is an actual spare, has the same design as the four wheels on the vehicle already, but this has been changed. This cap is aftermarket to match the rails on the top of the vehicle. Now, if you didn't like this and say that I want this to be my luxury G-Wagon instead of my off-road G-Wagon, I have a solution. This is the original cap before it was modified. You can see that it was gloss black on the sides, white and black in the center to match the rest of the vehicle. Now, what else do we have in the back? You have your mechanical door lever, again with the button to release. You have this massive rear bumper with your tow hook and your emergency latch in case you need to be towed out. Highly unlikely. You got locking differentials. You also have the reverse lights, the license plate bracket, and the reverse camera pop out. The black accents continue with this part. You can see a little bit of the grip tape. I'm pretty sure it's actual paint instead of the grip tape, some special adhesive on the rear bumper to aid you getting onto the top. And on the left over here, you see the G550 badging. Overall, the rear styling is great, especially with these lights. They have been modernized, I believe, since 2016. Coming into this rear area, we can do the trunk test. I'm gonna have to cut my mic out real quick because this thing will probably cut my mic in half. There's a reason I do the trunk test and you don't. Don't ask how I got out. Alright, disregarding my parkour festivities, latch right over here, leather door trim with carpet on the door, tinted glass, emergency health kit over here, bass speaker, I forgot what you call those, 115 volt outlet, lights on both sides, and the nice little tonneau cover which folds out like this, so now you can hide all your belongings in your G-Wagon. Other than that, pretty rudimentary back here. You do have child tethers if you want to carry your children in this compartment. The thing with the rear seats is that they are pretty small. I'll show you those. So they do fit properly for child car seats. More ASMR. Alright, this is the second row and the last row in the G-Wagon, and I'll say it's a nice place to be. Now, I did say that the legroom wasn't the greatest, but I will say it's a lot better than third rows in most vehicles. Footroom is the issue. I don't have much footroom, but knee room really isn't too bad. This is set to my desired driving position, and you can see the seat is farther back than the B-pillar, but I still have a good amount of knee room. Headroom is clearly not an issue. I've got like a foot of headroom over here. You also have the sunroof, which does make it feel a bit more open, but I do feel the rear seats are a bit congested. This vehicle does have the premium package, which gives us the Burmester high-end surround sound. We also have the carbon fiber inlay trim, real carbon fiber, along with the door handles and speaker in this. The vehicle also has heated rear seats, as you can see with this door, a grab handle and a mirror switch right over here, along with their beautiful silver lock module. You also have a single zone climate with 2 air vents. These look pretty good. They swivel very easily, so they're pretty intuitive to use. And there's also a screen which does display what the internal temperature is. Now in front of my knees here, you have a little cubby to store little papers and such, but other than that, there's nothing much here. You do have the ambient lights, which do run at the top of this door insert over here. You also have a small air vent on the B pillar. You have a coat hook on the top, 2 of them actually, a reading light, and door handles. Let's get into that front and show you the biggest complaint about the vehicle. Hint, it's about the infotainment system. Now, the front end on the G-Wagon, these seats are actually multi-contouring, which means that when I do turn the steering wheel while I'm driving, the side bolsters fold in and out, and it's very, very relaxing actually. Speaking of relaxing, these seats actually have a massage function. Let me turn the car on real quick. Let it roar. I was talking about the infotainment recently, and you can see that it is the old one. One thing I like about the vehicle is that the exhaust is valved. Anyways, let's throw it in eco mode, and let's also keep the start stop on. Now, driver's seat. If I go into massage, all I can do is hot relaxing back, hot relaxing shoulder, activating massage, whatever that is, classic massage, a wave massage, a mobilizing massage, great for my lumbar, an active workout back, an active workout cushion, and that's the limitations of our options. You can also toggle high intensity mode, so just in case, you know, shopping at Louboutin and getting your significant other, maybe 3 or 4 of your baby mamas, the additional Hermes bags, you know, carrying that stuff can be quite hectic on your bag, as we have the reserve fuel stuff open. Great feature, shows me where all the gas stations are in the mile radius. I don't need that right now, however. You have your radio, your media, your phone, your connection options, and your vehicle options. Great stuff right over here. All that stuff is great. Light settings, again, the ambient lights. I can change everything through this menu in relation to lights, obviously. Toggle over to the left. Want blue lights? Here are your blue lights. Actually, those are purple. Blue lights. Want gold lights? Boom, gold lights. I think red looks good, so I'm gonna keep them red because I can. Right, going back, our low beam headlights, our exterior lighting, all that good stuff, all our vehicle settings, operation menu, all that good stuff, all in here. Now this is an off-roading vehicle, so we have our rear locking diff, center locking diff, and front locking diff. On, and on. The center does have this carbon fiber trim, absolutely glorious. I love how it goes all the way from behind into there. We have our tweeters for the Burmester sound system, our rear view mirror, relatively small, can't see anything because of that rear tire, another tweeter, our dome lights, reading lights, rear lights, our SOS button just in case we do roll this thing over. The left side has the door switches, which are rectangles, and the seat adjustment switches are straight out of an S-Class. You also have heated and cooled seats, the lock and unlock buttons all in that same area, the window switches and the mirror controls all in the same area as well. And then the right has the same stuff. You also have the ambient light strips and a grab handle just in case you are off-roading or, you know, climbing the curb in your Beverly Hills residential neighborhood. You have the air vents, fun to move around and click into place nicely. You have your climate control, dual zone, your menu rest, your media and quick navigation buttons, and your luxury clock because you don't want to keep track of time when you're off-road. You also have 2 cup holders, which is great. The thing is also nice in the center steering wheel. You do have the cruise control buttons. This does have the premium package and the driver's assistance package. The right side has our phone options. This little button right here over here controls the screen on the right, and the little switch on the left controls the button on the left. You can also change all of the displays over here. As you can see clearly, you can also see your mileage and all those other good stuff. This does eat gas like crazy, so you do want to make sure that you don't run out. Overall, I do like the interior quite a bit. It is nice and wide, which I like. The front end is just as spacious as the rear end is constricted, and I think that this is solely because you're not going to be carrying many people. You're going to be driving off-road most of the time. Now let's go on for a drive. I've been blabbering on about this for quite a while. Let's have some fun.
Turning right onto Airport Way South, getting right up to the speed limit. The V8 is purring away. You can't hear the turbos, which might be nice, might be bad. I preferably like the sound of turbos, but that is when you do accelerate hard. I'll show that in a bit. Now, I did say that wind noise wasn't as bad as I was expecting, and that still stands. Since this is a box, pretty much, I was expecting there to be harsh wind noises with lots of whooshing noises. Hello to that C7 Corvette on the left as well. But overall, the wind noise isn't bad, especially up to speeds. Rebound stiffness, just like you saw that bump right there, honestly wasn't too bad either. The ride is very soft, and you can't really tell bumps that you go over. I purposely did go over lots of rough road, and I really couldn't feel it. This is an off-road vehicle at its heart. Body roll is something that did kind of scare me though. I took a turn at 40 miles an hour and I was clinging onto the steering wheel because there is lots of noticeable body roll. Turning radius also isn't too bad. I would expect it to be worse, but for a G-Wagon, really good turning radius. Overall, very impressive when you do drive the G-Wagon. The only real comparison for the G-Wagon, in my opinion, would be the Land Rover Range Rover Defender 90. This 90 has a 5-liter supercharged V8, makes 100 more horsepower than the G550. This is actually more comparable with the G63, but I don't think there is many competitors for the 550.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is the complete review on the all-new Mercedes-Benz G550. I think this is a phenomenal vehicle, both on-road and off-road. If you're taking it off-road, please make sure that you have the proper tires on it. The design of the vehicle speaks for itself. It's iconic. I do like it. Personally, I would not drive the 550. I would go for the 63, and that's what I also usher you to do. The reason for that is the price difference isn't much. This vehicle, as it sits right here, is around $179,000 with the market adjustment. The G63 starts at $175,000 and will go up from there. And I think that the price difference really speaks for itself. If you're getting 630 horsepower in a G63, then I think it's well worth it. It's the 200 horsepower increase. Yes, you can get a stage 2, stage 3 tune, but that does void your warranty and it does not look the same. Now, as a G550, this is a great vehicle. It does have the modifications on it, like the roof rack and this different rear spare wheel outlook, but I think this does look good. It drives pretty well as well. I was expecting a lot worse in terms of road performance. If I am saying so myself, I hit 60 miles an hour in this thing, and the wind noise was a lot less than I was expecting. This is a box on wheels, and yes, you do sacrifice your fuel economy, but in the end, you do get to say that you drive a G-Wagon. That's the end of the story. Thank you all for watching. Please do consider subscribing, and remember to keep on driving.